the case, and we must accept this, is that still now, solar energy is still not being delivered at a price that one can say is affordable. In terms of the fixed cost, the initial cost is still quite high. I can tell you the experiment that I performed in Ogun State as an example. We did a road. It was actually the road that comes from Shagamu to Abeokuta. And then in 2003, when I became governor, I said I was going to, lead the entire road. And it was a major project, and we're looking for ways and means of doing it. Of course, the easiest one would have been solar. But when I did the cost analysis and comparison, I regrettably could not do solar. For the simple reason that, and I can go through this with you very, very quickly. It was about 40 kilometers of road. What I required to do it, for instance, was 1,000 poles, 2,000 lights, and about 100 kilometers of cable, 13 transformer stations. And I did my calculation. At the end of the day, I now evaluated the amount of money that I need to pay to PACN if they will give me power, or even use alternative power via generators that we don't like to power it. And I found out that compared with the cost per pole of an effective solar power, which was coming to Nigerian naira about $500,000, for me to equal that cost, I would have done my installation and I paid PACN bill for about 20 years before I'll be able to get to that cost. So at the end of the day, for me at that time, it was cost effective for me to go conventional. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the luminance that is from solar is still relatively not effective. The Lagos experiment, maybe you will not know, first they did it, I think, every 20 meters, and it was not effective. They now have to do it every 30 meters. Aesthetically, it's not one of the best. At the end of the day, with the ones that are working now, they had to go to the conventional power and even put generators to lit it. So what I'm saying is that yes, the destination will be solar. But what some of us are doing is still waiting whether research can bring the price of solar down. Once the price can come down relatively in such a way that I can compare with conventional methods, solar is the way. I'm just giving you this example to answer to the question that probably what we did for the National Communication Commission can be done for power and then we get quick results. I think it's technology, and that is really the issue. I have, said that I really have a lot of pity for the lady who spoke, and especially about the challenges of what would happen to him, vis-a-vis insurance and so on and so forth. If we look at the Nigerian problem, and it is really unfortunate that we have to hit it right on the head. People have said it is a leadership problem. Yes, to a very large extent, it is a leadership problem. But I think it is also a cultural problem, and it's an evolutionary problem. Contemporary Nigerian history have not taken us through a process that can enable us to do the right thing at the right time. We may not want to hear this. All of us, individually and collectively, are actually culprits in the failure of the Nigerian system, without any exception. And when we even run into somebody who wants to do things properly, are we ready to support it? Not necessarily. Most of the time, we are going to be the one who will come around and going to condemn because probably we lack understanding. So I think it's really an endemic problem. It is when we all decide that we want to move that we move. But what usually amuses me is when I listen to people talk about the Asian tigers. Have we gone through the discipline that China went through? Or any of those other countries that we talk about? In those days when all this Jimin dynasty ensured that things were done properly, people were properly oriented, people appreciated what is government. If you touch it, it's a criminal offense. and so on and so forth. We didn't go through it at all. Somebody who said that the biggest asset is our biggest liability